Each assessor's office in Colorado, we're responsible for the discovery, the listing, and the classifying and the value of all taxable and exempt property within the respective counties. And it's those four components just that make up the role of what each assessor does. If it's commercial property, if it's residential property, vacant land, or business personal property, is to ensure fair and equitable assessments throughout the county. The responsibility, that I have here in regards to assessing and appraising properties is it's all the way from the Douglas County line, Teller County line, to the Pueblo County line, all the way out to the Elbert County line. It is a very, very large county that we are responsible for. And one thing I'm most proud about is I am the smallest as far as full-time employees Metro County office. There's 51 full-time employees in my office, and other metro counties that are equivalent to our size or even smaller have double the staff. The technology that we're using today, the services provided to our citizens, technology has greatly enhanced that. For example, the assessor's website, one that has created far more efficiency within my office, but also put more information out there to our property owners. That website, for example, gets hit 37 million times a year. It is a heavily used website, and there's a lot of folks that are completely dependent upon that website for their business processes. Appraisers, real estate agents, brokers, title companies, they use that site probably the whole entire workday. Total number of parcels in El Paso County, and keep in mind we have the most parcels in the state, is just slightly over 276,000 parcels. Of that, roughly about 185,000 are single-family residential properties. But that number changes daily, as we're sitting there getting new construction, new builds, and things like that. Most citizens in the county don't understand that it's their assessor's office that is responsible for damage assessment. And, unfortunately here in El Paso County, we've had a lot of that since 2012. From the Waldo Canyon fire to the Manitou floods, the Black Forest fire, and most recently the landslides, in certain areas of El Paso County. But what we do is we go out and we assess the damage. And basically, based upon that damage, we value the property on that and, and determine an actual value based on that damage at the time. When it comes to residential properties, we have to use the market approach, the sales comparison approach, to value those properties. So you look at the sales that have gone on in a certain neighborhood or an economic area to determine what the values are doing in that respective neighborhood. In all other classes of property, such as personal property, business personal property, vacant land, and also commercial property, we're allowed to use all three approaches, which is cost, market, and income approaches. Every odd year in the state of Colorado is a reappraisal year, and statutorily we use a 24-month time frame to study, and it usually goes from July 1 of a particular year to June 30th of another year. Usually the data that we send out on the notices of value of a reappraisal year, that data is usually about a year and a half old, because it takes quite some time to reappraise the whole entire county. When a property owner built a new home, my office is involved in that process from the onset. From when the development is first platted to where a permit is pulled and they're pouring a foundation. And so, we sit there and we're there, throughout the whole entire time. Now, one thing is though, what you have to look at is January 1st of each and every year is what we call the assessment date. So we have to value the property as it was on January 1 of each and every year. So for example, if a property just started construction November of a particular year, then in January, we're looking at the foundations poured and they may have some studs up, things like that. And we may value that at 30% complete. So that's exactly how we value that property. Then the next following year, if it's complete, we would pick it up as 100% complete. The values I determine are then, of course, generated into a tax bill. And it's those taxes that we all pay as citizens for one, infrastructure of our home, here in our community, our police, our fire, our libraries, our water districts, of the different municipalities and things like that. I am very proud in the fact of how efficient the assessor's office is. You know, when you're sitting here talking over 270,000 parcels in El Paso County, and you're able to sit there and work that with 51 staff members, I am proud to say that we are the lowest staffed, smallest metro county office in the state of Colorado that are working with the most parcels. So my staff is doing more than any other metro county.